how can punk, the fundamentals of punk, what you're talking about, how can it exist in our current times with social media and all these things being about like myself being the most important thing and all this like personal competition that just like kids have with each other now.
I mean, punk to me is just about, and same thing as like a Buddhist concept. Punk is just about authenticity, and you can be authentic and have an Instagram account. I mean, they're not mutually exclusive. It's just about being true to yourself and being true to whatever it is you're doing, and having some type of ethos behind it that is respectable. And so, like anybody can be whatever. I'm using this punk in a philosophical way, obviously, and so anybody can embody that, and then regardless of it having a Twitter account or whatever. But I mean, it's not for most people.
It's more. I'm more interested in it in the perspective of kids coming up, though, like the youth.
I mean, I don't know.
I think it's easier for adults. I don't know. I don't talk to kids. I have no idea what kids are into.
I don't know, man. I have kids. I have 15-year-old twins. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, that's and I love seeing their stuff on Instagram.
Yeah,
because I'm busy. They're like. My kids are busier than I am with the way that they schedule themselves. That they do band and they do jazz band and they do swimming and they do all this shit and they do all these other clubs and it's great and they're very, very social. So I don't even get to see my own children even though they live a mile away from me. So like having their Instagram account on my phone is actually and this is obviously coming from a very personal perspective of a father-child, but like I love seeing their stuff on Instagram. I love being connected to them that way. And I get to see how they interact with their friends and them having a good time or them having a bad time. And the stuff I wouldn't necessarily get to see otherwise if they were just like brooding in their room alone. Who knows?
Enough, yeah.
But my kids are the first generation of kids who are being raised with it. So it's just going to be a part of it. Just like when we were raised with Nintendo and MTV, and our parents didn't understand that shit. It's the same. It's the same thing. Yeah. It's just the new version of it. I think it's fine. I think it's all fine. There's a lot of bad stuff in social media, obviously, but I think social media is the first time we've ever had an actual glimpse of democracy in this country. Say all the bad stuff you want to say about Twitter, Instagram, and stuff, and there's plenty, but people have made changes because of Twitter and Instagram. People, the people have gotten the people in power out of their jobs because of Twitter and Instagram. Yeah. And I think that's direct people to power, and that's what a democracy is. And that's certainly not what America's ever been. We call ourselves a democracy, but we never have been. It's a very loose concept of democracy. And I think social media is like the first time in American history, or in any history really for that matter, that there's actually been true glimpses of democracy where we can actually have it's usually just not important discourse, but it is discourse at the end of it. And I think that's, even with all the garbage that's on social media, I think it's ultimately a positive thing.
I think that's an awesome perspective to have and hear, because I don't have children.